Hey, welcome to video number 190 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things.
BNI and networking.
I am Mark Simmons. Hazel Walker, you know what I have?
What?
Bubble wrap. Do you know why I have bubble wrap?
No, why do you have? I can only imagine.
I think you do. I'm going to wrap myself with it because, man, you are feisty today and you are in a frustrated mood, and I just want to protect myself.
I am
From
frustrated.
Hazel Walker.
I'm frustrated a lot.
Yeah. And I think one of the bases of your frustrations is we're running into this a lot, is the idea of team, and more what the issue is the kind of silos within the teams. So the individuals are all islands unto themselves.
Yeah.
And there is no team. So there actually is an I in this team.
Yeah. The frustration is BNI is made up of a team, a chapter team is a lot of people. There's like 15 people on a solid team, right? You've got leadership team and the 3 leaders, and you've got the visitor host team, and you've got the mentor coordinators, right?
Right.
So it's a lot of people. If I launch a new chapter and I only have 17 people in it, 15 of those people are going to be on the team. That means we only have 2 people, usually not on the team, but they're backups. But here's the problem. The chapters are not acting like teams. They're acting like they're individuals. They're all individually doing things versus working together as a team. And if you gave some thought about hockey, American football, gridiron football, soccer football, any of those kinds of things, those are teams, right? Everybody has to play together.
Right.
Unlike golf or tennis, those are things I can do individually, right? So I only have to count on myself to be good and to win. But if I'm gonna win in business and in BNI and on a hockey team or any other thing, I have to play as a team member. That means if one team member is not in a position to do something, another team member is there to back them up, is there to support them and help them. If the president can't make the meeting that week or something's happened, there's someone else who's ready to step in.
Right. Another one of the leadership team.
Right. They're prepared to just step right in. Yeah. And if they've gotten 15 applications and they're reviewing them, many people can help do the interviews. Even the president and someone from the membership committee can sit down and do interviews together, right? It's about delegating to the team. You're not expected to do all the work. The worst culprits of this are the vice presidents. Mm-hmm. The vice president of the membership committee team. The vice president, for some reason, thinks they have to do everything. And then when we give the roles to the membership committee, they think they have to do everything on that role. But that membership committee and vice president are a team to accomplish everything together, right? The mentor coordinator has a team of mentors to successfully coordinate for new members to be successful. The visitor host should have a team. The visitor host coordinator should have a team. And the president oversees the membership, the mentor coordinator, and the vice president. That's part of his team or her team. But they're operating as individuals, and they think as individuals versus as a team as a whole. And because of that, the problem that's causing is people going, I don't want to be the application chairperson. I just don't have time to do all those interviews. Right? I don't want to be the conflict resolution person because I just don't want to have to. I don't want to have to deal with all of that. Right? I don't have the time. Well, that's not your job. Isn't for you to do it. It's to coordinate it with the team. And that's my frustration is we seem to not be able to be getting that message across to our leadership teams. You're operating as a team. So you can't tell me you're too busy because you've got a whole team of people who are there to support you.
Right. I think one of the, so vice presidents, yes, we have a lot of vice presidents who do take on everything. And sometimes they'll come back and go, well, I'm the one doing it. And we're like, yeah, because you're the one doing it. If you would delegate, others would do it. Presidents thinking that they do all the roles in all the chapters too and running everything, but that's not the role. But I think the biggest challenge I think we see is with the membership committees, with what you're saying, is that there's a misunderstanding, I guess, of what the membership committee as a team is. And a lot of them say, it's my role, I have to do it, but you're the go-to person, the liaison, if you will, with other members, but then you meet as a team collaboratively and work together, the rest of your membership committees, for all aspects of it, whether it's applications or conflict resolution, or visitor days, whatever it is, the membership committee works collaboratively as a team.
But that's exactly just, that's what, but that, think about the visitor hosts. Oftentimes you only see one person being appointed as visitor host, a visitor host coordinator, and maybe a second person, but the visitor host should be a team.
Yeah.
Most chapters have like a 10% conversion. They may have 25 members, but they're only converting or visitors over the year, but they've only converted less than 10%. But if you had your visitor host coordinator had a team, each person would be assigned a different job. You're the greeter. You're going to send the written thank you card. Your job is to make the phone call to these 3 people, and your job is to call these 2 people, right? You can delegate to your team. So if everybody just took on small parts of the roles and jumped in, it's many hands make small work.
Right.
Right? You get things done so much easier when you have many people, one person overseeing that it gets done. So if I'm the visitor host coordinator, that's my job to make sure it gets done. Right?
Yeah.
That people know. If I'm the vice president, my job is to make sure everybody's getting it done. If I'm the application chairperson, my job is to make sure that person got interviewed by 2 people.
Right.
It's, yeah, and I get it that we are working with a lot of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs who are just used to doing everything themselves. And one of the worst things about business owners is they are terrible at delegation.
Right.
And so they're not good at it at their business, and then it translates into not being good at it at the chapter level. But if you practice it at the chapter level, you will be able to do it also in your business.
Yeah. And the nice thing about, in the BNI world, all the roles are clearly laid out. The training, the videos, everything, and the messaging around the roles are clearly laid out. We talk about collaboration, staying in your lane in your roles. But if you're in a role like a membership committee, you work collaboratively. As you're saying, visitor hosts, mentor coordinators, the leadership, the LET, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, that's a different part of a team, right? And there's communication, big thing. That's a big breakdown too, lack of communication, but there's communication between all the teams.
It's got to communicate between everybody. The visitor host team needs to meet together. The mentors need to have a conversation together. And that even includes the chapter success meeting. Everybody has a small piece in that meeting, right? They all have a small piece. Now the membership committee has a bit bigger piece because they stay on an extra amount of time, but if we all just take a little piece of it, it's not hard to run the chapter.
Yeah.
And my hope would be that you're getting enough return on your membership and the time invested that it's valued, right?
Yeah.
You value that membership and you value the chapter enough that you want the chapter to be successful.
Right. And we had Greg Bartz on a couple of weeks ago on an earlier video, talked about the value of being part of the team. And so you do achieve what it is you want as part of the team, but also leverage your membership and build your business by being part of the team.
By being part of the team. Yeah, exactly right. And it shouldn't be that burdensome on any one person ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
So key takeaways on this one for the members is there is the opportunity of being part of the team, but if you're on the team, it's do the role, but you're working collaboratively. You're not in a silo. You're never alone. You're not by yourself, but it involves
Right.
communicating, delegating where need be, not taking over the world. There's no one person that runs the entire chapter.
Correct.
That doesn't sit on anyone. And stick to those things. Those are basic fundamental things, and your chapter will be amazing.
And that, Mark, just to wrap up for me,
Yeah.
I have people in Canada and people in Indiana, right? I've got a lot of people I can't run my businesses if I didn't have the people. And I trust them to work as a team. They work as a team with me. We do everything together, right? And I can grow my business because I've learned to delegate to the team and trust the team to do it.
Right.
Just trust your team.
Yes. Absolutely. And as a member of your team, thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, your trust in us. So members, there's lots of opportunity. Think about whether for your chapter, especially going into the transition that some chapters or regions are going into in October, is what's your team like now? What do you want it to be? Is it an I-in team, or are you taking that out and you're going to work collaboratively? Because that's where the opportunity is for greater success and growth of your chapter and success of your members.
Absolutely.
All right, Hazel Walker. Till next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.